Hi, everybody. You know, there's this perception that when a foreign guy gets involved with a Filipina, that it's his responsibility to help out the family, and that can bother some guys and kind of scare them away. And I just want to talk about that a little bit today, as a guy that's been married to one for my wife for 10 years now, just about, and it's something this subject's been floating around a little bit, and I'd like to just give my 2 cents on the issue and tell you what my experience has been with it. From the very beginning, when I first met Mareis, and she was living in the Philippines, I had to spend a lot of money on immigration stuff and getting the fiancé petition going so she could come to the United States to visit. And there were a lot of expenses there, and at the time, in the early part of our relationship, there was never any issue or concern or request for money for the family. And later on down the road, though, once I got to know their family and the situation and actually flew to the Philippines to see her, I started to see life as it really is over there. And coming from the United States, there's a vast contrast between our countries and our quality of life and standard of living, of course. So as a foreigner, I could see that the family does have a lot of needs, but they never asked me for money for anything. And later on down the road, like I say, I saw needs in the family and would feel like I would like to help them out a little bit here and there. But a lot of guys are really afraid about that and have a lot of apprehension. And I guess it just depends on the kind of family that you get involved with, how it's going to affect you. So in time, with Mareis's family, we found opportunities when we could help them out. And one, I want to tell you a story today about her younger sister, Mercy. And up until Mercy was 21 years old, she had really, really crooked teeth. When I first met her, I go, "Oh, bless this child. You know, she's got crooked teeth. She got to do something about that." So after we met her, I met her the first time. I couldn't help but keep thinking about that from time to time. And I'm not sure exactly what kind of spurred it on, but one day, I guess I'd found out how much, I knew how much the braces were in this country for a kid, and they range between $5,000 and $6,000 for a child, a person in this country, the United States. So I got, oh boy, I'd love to help them out. And then but that's an awful lot of money, a hell of a lot of money. So I asked them to find out how much it would cost to have braces done over there in the island of Bohol by one of the few dentists that were over there, not many to choose from, but there was one that was supposedly pretty good. And she went to check out the price, and they got back to me, and they told me the price and how they would do the terms of it and how long it would be for the whole process. And the whole process, as it turns out, would be about a year and a little over a year or so, maybe a year and a half, I don't know. But then the price would be, for the entire thing from start to finish, would be a grand total of $700. And they would take $300, $350 up front, and then after 7 months or so, take another $350, and that'd be the end of it. Well, she went ahead, and I said, go ahead and just do it. We sent her the money to get started. I got the braces put on, and then 6 or 7 months later, I sent the other $350 over, and that finalized the whole thing. And the dentist continued to do the work and do the adjustments, and it's been over a year now, and they're just about ready to come off. And last month we were over, and we actually just left the Philippines last month. And we spent a month over there, and I had an opportunity to see her teeth. And I was just absolutely astonished at how beautiful her teeth looked from this dentist over there in the Philippines. and it was $700 for the whole thing. It just blew my mind. And that may sound like a lot to some guys for like helping out someone, but other guys will think nothing of it. I don't think much of it. I think it's a hell of a bargain. And here's what happened. Here's the interesting thing. As soon as she got those braces on, she was so bashful before to even come outside or smile. She never smiled. But as soon as she got the braces put on, she would smile all the time, and she was more outgoing. And some kids are kind of embarrassed of their braces, but not Mercy. She was just tickled to death about them, and she would smile all the time, and she was more outgoing. And she ended up meeting a boy, and actually he's a man. He's in his 20s, and they're going to be getting married here next in about 3 months from now. And Marvin, that's his name. And the braces really actually changed her life. And so when I look at the beautiful transformation in her personality, and when I saw her teeth last month before we left, her teeth are just beautiful. The braces are ready to come off in another couple months, and it just blew my mind, the transformation of her teeth. And it changed her life completely, and it changed her life for the rest of her life, because she's no longer embarrassed or bashful. She's just wonderful. So when you look at the benefits of something like that, and you're giving, it's just really nothing, to even, if you're fortunate to have the extra cash to help out once in a while, that's fine. And as far as that goes with the whole family, once in a while, if you end up getting in a long-term relationship with a Filipina, married or whatever, that you'll want to help out from time to time. And her family's really cool, because anytime we are able to help them on something, they really appreciate it. And they don't ask. I usually ask and see if they need something when I feel like we can help. So I think that's the way guys here in the States should approach it, and or around the world, wherever you are. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but there are sometimes, depending on the family, you've just got to see what kind of family you're getting into, because I'm sure there are some that would take advantage of you. And I know there's stories, are horror stories, and I've heard some of them myself, that you do have to beware. So hopefully you can get a nice, genuine, loving, honest family. And I think most of them are that way. They really are, and they're just very appreciative for the most part. So I wouldn't be too concerned, but I would be aware, and just keep your eyes open and see how they behave when you get to know them, and take your time to get to know them. And I think that's the best advice I can give. And later down the road, when you do want to feel inclined and motivated to help out, just test the waters and do it carefully and see how the money's spent, and then and I let them know. I let my Mareis know that after we do something for them, that it's going to be a while before we can do something again. So it's nothing that's expected every month or anything. It's just whenever we're doing well and ahead of the game a little bit, we can share some. So that's just how we approach it. And there's a lot of negativity around. Some guys make real general statements about them and about the situations, but it just depends on their situation and their experience. So I take it, I look at it in that light, and give them the benefit of the doubt to start with, and see how it works out. So hey, and thanks for watching this. Hope I put some perspective on that issue. And when you do share and with others like that, it really does make you feel well and feel good. And the money to me is like in that particular case is very well spent, and I would do it again. So God bless you guys. Take care. And hey, thanks for all the new subscribers and the old ones too for sticking around, and have a good one. Take care. Bye.